And she made a mummy.
Mommy.
Welcome to Unraveled Realms, where crochet gets creepy.
Welcome back. If you're new, my name's Cass. I'm the yarn bender behind bshadowcreations. Today is a little different. I'm sure that you guys have heard of The Curse of the Mummy. Of course we have. It's just a huge franchise. There's video games, there's attractions, theme parks, there's movies, books, all that good stuff. What is The Curse of the Mummy and where did it originate? I'm not really sure exactly where it originated because way back when, ancient Egyptians did use inscriptions on the tombs of usually people high up in status or of importance. It was a curse. The inscriptions were curses, but it was more of, like, fear the wrath of the gods. Don't disturb, don't desecrate this tomb, or, you will be punished and you should fear wrath of the gods. That or invoke scary creatures like alligators, snakes, spiders, beetles, scorpions, stuff like that. That's usually how that went. It wasn't as if their intentions when they did that were to reanimate the dead and have them haunt you or chase you, get you, whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing. I don't know what. In the movie, you guys know what I'm talking about. They suck your life out of you. Well, pretty much just the threat of divine retribution from the gods. That's pretty much it. However, Jane Loden's, she depicted the mummies as like a reanimated vengeful spirit type thing, an embodiment of a vengeful spirit in her books. The Mummy in 1827. The one who gets the most credit for the Curse of the Mummy that we know it of today, her name is Louisa May Alcott, and in 1869 she wrote a short story called Lost in a Pyramid, The Mummy's Curse. That kind of popularized the Curse of the Mummy as we know it today, I think. That's just what I was able to find online. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but that's kind of what I'm getting from that. It was kind of the literary catalyst of the Curse of the Mummy. After that, they discovered King Tut's tomb, and that kind of launched it into overdrive. In 1922, Lord Carnarvon, I think that's his name, Lord Carnarvon, he financed the expedition, and he died 5 months after they discovered the tomb, which led people to believe that, oh my gosh, it's the Curse of the Mummy, right? But what really happened was he had a mosquito bite, he was shaving, he cut the mosquito bite open, and then it got infected. He didn't take care of the infection, and it spread into his blood. So he technically died from a blood infection, but everyone is so convinced that it was the mummy. Sounds kind of like really what happened was he got an infection from a razor, and because the leader of the expedition, Howard Carter, he died 17 years after they discovered the tomb. So I don't think it has anything to do with the mummy. I do think that science leads you to believe that there were probably mold spores and fungus that was trapped in the sealed tomb, and when they opened it, it released, they breathed it all in. And if you have a weakened immune system, and you've also inhaled all of these mold spores and all of that, like, it can lead to death, which is what I think happened. Sorry if you can hear my kids in the back. I have a lot of them, so that's gonna happen. But yeah, that guy didn't die. There was a guy who passed away shortly after he x-rayed the mummy. I think that was part of the Curse of the Mummy as well, but people will say that it could have just been coincident because he had cancer and he had recently had surgery in his stomach. He died from complications with his surgery and not necessarily x-raying a mummy. I have no idea. And whether it's just coincident or actually a curse, I don't know. There's some, conspiracy theorists out there who think that this is 100% true and a curse is real and that there are cursed objects and mummies, they're vengeful spirits, and I can't really say because I've never seen one, or do I want to find out? Period. I will say that I actually love the mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. Oh my gosh. I love those movies. I don't know if they're cheesy or what. Maybe I don't care, to be fair. Yeah, so Curse of the Mummy, is it real? Do you think so? What do you think? I think there's always a possibility. There's a lot of unexplained things that happened in Egypt. That story inspired Mara the Mummy. So I made a bunch of little mummy plushies. Yes. Yeah. So the mummy story inspired this here, and these are little crochet mummy dolls. Mare the Mummy. I created this pattern just specifically for this story, and the pattern can be found on my website at bshadowcreations.square.site. That's BLU Shadow Creations. I know there's no E. Don't come at me for that, okay? It was on purpose. I know how to spell blue. bshadowcreations.square.site. You can buy the plushie here, or you can buy the pattern to make your very own Mare the Mummy. Please drop your favorite folklore in the comments, because I want to make a whole series where I tell a story of a folklore creature, some kind of ghost, zombie, werewolf, Bigfoot, fairies, whatever it may be, and then create my own pattern for it. And that way I can kind of get some creativity going, because I feel like I've been in a rut, lacking creativity. I know I do a lot of things, my mind's just always here and there, but every now and then I get into this like creative funk and I have to switch things up. So right after I made these, I made like woodland lighter cases out of clay. I know it's very just random. Then I made sun catchers. I was thinking about fairies, and this is the whole thing. You could probably tell it's going on in my head right now. It's just all over the place. So drop your favorite folklore or mythical creature, and I will do some research and tell a whole story in a background, and hopefully I get better at doing these videos, because I'm not the best. I do a lot of ranting. I try and like take notes, because I took notes. Okay, let me show you my notes. Here's my cute book I got from Five Below, whoop whoop, and I took notes. See, here's my notes. It contains dates, it's got names, and it's got names I didn't even mention. Gosh, did you know that on that expedition where they found King Tut, they had over 60 Egyptian men and children. They had children with working on that expedition that they don't credit, really, which is kind of odd. I think that you went there and then had them help you and then didn't give them any kind of credit. Kind of weird, but yeah. See, look at that. I need to look at my notes more. So that was it. Mare the Mummy, so cute. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I hope to see you next time with a better lighted, better scripted, better vocals, less, I don't know. Have a nice one.
What to do? Subscribe before the stitches unravel.